Hey folks, what's up, ET? Well, I got some of my plants in. I messed up on my first order and I didn't order enough plants, enough grapes, and I was 2 isons short. And so I ordered 2 more. Well, my second order, which was ordered a week later, actually showed up today, and I still ain't got the first order. So I still don't have everything, but I do have my 9-gauge wire, my heavy wire. This came from Tractor Supply. I'll put a link in the description. I also got my let's see here, these little wire vices, which we're going to install now. And I learned about these from Kinfolk Farms, and I got a bunch of information from him and also Ison's. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to put, well, we're going to have a top wire and a bottom wire. Top wire that the grapes are going to go on is going to be at 5 feet, and the bottom wire is going to be at, I think, 14 inches. I still haven't decided 100% on that, but I think 14 inches. But we're going to drill these holes. These are tapered, so you can ream them out, or I also have this bit. I don't know which one we're going to use yet. But we're going to mark this. We're going to run all of our wires, and then we got 2 plants we got to get in the ground. They ship bare root, so when you get them, they need to go in the ground as soon as possible. And I don't have my drip irrigation stuff yet, but we'll get there. So it's super windy today. It has been for several days, like I'm sure it is everywhere else. So there's our 5-foot mark. And then I think 16 inches. 16 inches would be a good mark for our bottom. I'm just guessing on this, but almost. Still knock that in there. I'm going to knock these in. I didn't bring a hammer, of course. Let's see. All right, so we'll go down. I'll go down. I'll drill my hole at the other end, then we'll run our wire. And run it. I got my lovely wife Marcia behind the camera today. This 9-gauge wire comes in a 171 foot roll. So I got 3 rolls. This should be enough to do what we're doing here. So once this goes through, it won't come back. And we're going to put out some extra. And I'm going to come back and wrap around to that. And I'll knock these in. And there's actually screws. It comes with screws to put in here to secure it. Not sure that we need that, but we'll see. Grab my tin snips. I'm not sure this tin snips are going to cut this. I might have to get some my heavier wire cutters. Have to tie some of these together to make the whole run, and that's fine. It's a great thing to mind that. We will be stretching this wire. I believe this wire was about $20 something a roll. I don't remember exactly what it was, but okay. So I come down here and I forgot my pieces to go in there, so let me go grab those.
Let you get a look over here. I don't know if he mentioned or not, but the bee boxes are there. So we're going to put his favorite ones on that end. So if you want to sneak in to get some of his favorite grapes, you're going to have to contend with the bees. And so that'll keep some of our family that really likes grapes and fruit, but they're really scared of bees. So we're gonna, you know, kind of save the good ones for himself and myself.
Put this on there. Put that in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my stretcher, and always be sure to use the proper tool for the job. Right? Okay. This is going to come back like this. Now this won't come out here.
Are you gonna put clips on the T-posts?
Yep. And this is just extra wire in case we need it at some point. Don't roll your finger up in there, your skin. It'll get you. Alright, we're going to pause for just a second. I'm going to get my wire stretcher.
He's got that stretcher going, but I'm trying to stay focused on him and not keep looking around, because it's that time of year when the trees and everything start turning green and showing colors and coming back to life, and it's really pretty out here right now. So I'm going to try to stay focused on the task at hand.
So this is just your standard wire stretcher. I know not everyone's going to have this, but we live on a ranch, so tough time with it, actually. Not sure why it's.
Gonna zoom in there, but figure that better go this way in case something happened over there. And the wind just really picked up.
It's pretty tight. I don't know if it needs to be tighter than that or not. I can't get another one on it, so. This thing needs some W40 pretty bad. Yeah, so we're pretty tight. I got clips here. I already had the T-post. I got a whole stack of T-posts over there that are left over from tearing out fence and putting in new fence and all that kind of stuff. When you buy the T-post, get it from Tractor Supply or most any feed and seed store, they're going to come with clips. Not very many places where you have to actually buy the clip separate. If you buy a T-post, or something with them. And I forgot my pliers. Put these on, you want to curl these up because they will pop off. Maybe not in this situation, but especially with calves and things, they tend to pop right off. They start pushing against the fence and what have you. Probably go down one on that one.
Yeah.
That T-post was a little bit taller. They're not all exactly the same, but they're close. You're never going to see this one. Start growing on it. So it's pretty tight. We're going to do the same thing for the bottom, and then we're going to repeat that on all 3 rows. I'm going to come down here and drill what this is, it's just brace wire. And you use it when you're making a cross brace. Tie it all together. That last time, but I just wrapped it just in case. Oh, pinch. Still talking about pinching my fingers in there.
I thought when you were gonna wrap it, I thought you were gonna wrap it around the whole thing once and then wrap.
Just back to the wire.
So you have your irrigation one on the bottom, and then the string is just kind of like a training wheels where it's going to help
Yeah,
it get.
just marking where I was putting the T-post.
Oh, that's not going to hold on to anything to help train it up?
No, the spring's coming off. Okay, so I'm going to put the clips on the bottoms, and then that's it. I'm going to repeat this 3 times, and we'll come back when we start planting.
I thought there was something though. Is there going to be a string going up and down helping it?
Well, yeah, I'll tie a string.
Okay.
But I'm missing there's some pieces that come up, some plastic pieces that come up from the ground. That's supposed to protect the plant and supposed to stop some of the growth, but I understand that it doesn't from coming up around because you don't want any growth on your trunk. So that's part of it, but we're gonna get this in, and basically in between each one of these posts is gonna be a plant. So there'll be a plant right here in the center, and then it's gonna go 10 feet in each direction. That's the plan. I can hear the bees buzzing around on these flowers. And this keeps your irrigation up so you're not hitting it with the lawnmower and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's it. We'll come back when I start planting. All right, folks. Well, we got all of our guide wires in on all 3 rows. There's 80 feet. Each row is 80 feet. And I've installed this piece of the twine we had running in here, and this is going to help train our plants up. And like I said, I'm getting all this information off YouTube. Kinfolk Farms is a good one. They got a U-pick that's all Muscadines. He grows a lot, and also Isons. Isons is a good one to watch. And when I was watching Isons, he had said something on there. He said that he grew up. Isons is a family-owned nursery, and he grew up in it. And he said his dad told him once that don't ever put a $10 plant in a 10-cent hole, which that makes sense. But anyways, you dig your hole bigger than, it's kind of common sense, you dig your hole bigger, lots of loose soil in there so the roots can take off with no problem. But anyways, so here's our first one. We've only got 2 plants in so far, and you've got to clip off. So you're supposed to plant like 3 inches above the last root. And we have this is obviously our longest one that we're going to be training up. We need to cut this off because we only want one coming up. We'll cut that off right there. And I'm going to plant it about yay deep. We got to put some more dirt back in the hole. And the dirt about 3 inches above the last root. Now I ordered a bunch of my orders not here. So I had ordered, I actually, because there's going to be a lot of training to do. So I ordered a tape gun and all that kind of stuff to tape these and train them. and of course they're not in. So I happen to have some of these plant ties here, so we're gonna use them as the plan. I don't know what the best way to do this is. I think I got it backwards, sideways, and these have to be the plant ties. As the plant grows, it'll just bust those off. These are gonna have to be cut off. So this is our longest one right here. It doesn't reach the top wire. And we'll have to tie this on here. Well, probably helps to be smarter than the tie wire. That's a problem. Now we're going to want to take this one off too, because we only want one going up right here. That's the only one we want. We'll put another piece of tie wire on it. We're not trying to put a stranglehold on it, we're just trying to guide it on its path here. Also part of my thing. Yeah, I wish we had all of our stuff, but all right. That's our first one. It's in. Now I got some sleeves that would go on this, but I don't have them, so we're just going with this, and we only got 2 plants. So there's our first one. We'll do our second one. And this is going to grow up this, and then once it has a fork in it, there'll be shoots that come off this, and we'll be able to fork them and shoot them that direction. And this main trunk will stay bare, so we'll keep it trimmed off. And the goal for this year is to get this up to the top wire and down each direction, hopefully 10 feet. We're going to, we'll be fertilizing. I'll be showing that. I did to get some weed and grass killer. I'm going to kill the weeds and grass about 2 feet or so, but 3 feet wide around here, and then I'll be able to mow in between, and that'll keep it nice and clean underneath. So we're going to go down, plant the other one, and that's it. On the next video we'll be planting the rest of our plants. And now these are Isons, and the plan here was, so you have some that are self-fertilized or self-pollinating and some that aren't. And if you have the ones that aren't, you've got to have a self-pollinating vines in the vicinity. And to be honest, I have no idea how close they got to be, but our Isons are going to be in the middle row here. That's going to be our Darlenes, and this will be our Supremes. The Supremes won't actually go until next year, but this is the start of it, and we'll follow along on the progression. But in the next video, we'll plant the rest of the plants, and we'll probably put in our drip system also. And the drip system will be pretty cut and dry. I'm not going to run water out here this year. I'm just going to do it with a water hose. I got a spigot right over there, and I actually have one right over there too. It's not that far to run a water hose, and so I'll be doing that. And then eventually I'll probably run a water line over here so that I can put it on a timer and all that kind of stuff, and it'll just do everything automatic. That's the plan, because like I said, we're wanting to retire in 5 years, and if everything's on as long as I come through and I do all my pruning and all that kind of stuff in the winter time, and then it's just a matter of fertilizer and watering. And if the water is on a timer, then we can be gone for a couple months and it's going to get watered just like it's supposed to. So whether or not I'm here or not, and I'll get someone to do the fertilizing part. But that's it for this video, and on the next one we'll have another update. Like I said, we'll plant the rest of our plants that we'll have this year, which is hopefully 4 Darlenes and 2 more Isons, and we'll put in our drip system. Appreciate y'all watching. Keep graping.